Hi everybody, Anthony here from Awesome Anthony Productions, and today I'm going to give you, finally, my top 10 movies of 2025. Let's not waste any time and just get right into it. Number 10. Zootopia 2. This exceeded every one of my low expectations. Judy and Nick are back, bickering and breaking the rules, and their dynamic is just as fun as the first time around. The mystery at the heart of the story is clever, the stakes feel real, and the villains are genuinely memorable. Ke Huy Quan as Gary the Snake is a standout. Funny, tender, and perfectly animated. The newcomers, from Nibbles the conspiracy-obsessed beaver to Pobbert the socially awkward lynx, add just the right mix of humor and heart. The animation is jaw-droppingly polished, full of color, texture, and visual gags that just make this a joy to watch. And Michael Giacchino's score and Shakira's new song Zoo just tie it all together beautifully. Honestly, this is a sequel that doesn't just live up to the original, it's genuinely lovable on its own. Number 9. F1 the movie. F1 is a full-throttle thrill ride from start to finish. Brad Pitt as Sonny Hayes is charming, flawed, and completely magnetic, and he has perfect chemistry with Damson Idris as Joshua Pierce. The supporting cast, from Javier Bardem to Carrie Condon, add depth and energy to every scene. Yeah, the story does hit familiar tropes, but the writing and performances just make this feel fresh. And the racing, it's cinematic, tense, and exhilarating. Knowing the actors did their own driving makes it even better, which should not be a surprise knowing that Joseph Kosinski, the director of Top Gun Maverick, did this one. And Hans Zimmer's score perfectly elevates the tension and excitement throughout. This movie's 2.5 hours just fly by, with emotion, humor, and action all balanced perfectly. Even if you're not a racing fan, which I wasn't, this is one you will want to see. Number 8. Caught Stealing. Caught Stealing is a dark, stylish crime thriller that really caught me off guard. Austin Butler carries the film as Hank, effortlessly blending charm, desperation, and raw intensity. Zoe Kravitz brings warmth and chemistry, while the rest of the cast, Liev Schreiber, Vincent D'Onofrio, Bad Bunny, Matt Smith, add sharp, memorable energy. Aronofsky's direction is tight as always too, mixing pulpy violence, dark humor, and tense action without ever losing the human aspect of the story. The 90s setting is perfectly realized in the production design, costumes, and music, making the city feel alive. And the movie balances brutality and emotion in a way that really makes you invested with Hank and the people around him. It's gripping, stylish, and surprisingly heartfelt. Caught Stealing is the exact type of thriller that I didn't know I needed. Number 7. Weapons. This had me hooked from the start. That opening, a classroom full of kids disappearing at 2:17 a.m., is pure nightmare fuel, and it never lets up until the end. Julia Garner is incredible as Justine, bringing paranoia, heartbreak, and intensity that made every scene with her gripping. Josh Brolin, Alden Ehrenreich, Austin Abrams, Benedict Wong, and Carrie Christopher all deliver standout performances. And Amy Madigan, wow, is she just delightfully unhinged, the exact villain that this movie needed. Zach Cregger's story is smart, tense, and delightfully unpredictable, balancing horror, dark humor, and real emotion in a way that most movies, let alone horror movies, just can't. The cinematography and editing are sharp too, giving the town an eerie, lived-in feel while keeping the pacing tight. Weapons isn't just scary, it's clever, unsettling, and very funny at times. I can't wait to see what Cregger does next. Number 6. Eddington. Eddington is dark, chaotic, and completely absorbing. Joaquin Phoenix dominates as Sheriff Joe Cross, a stubborn, morally complicated man whose anti-mask, anti-mandate stance feels infuriating and deeply human at the same time. Pedro Pascal's Mayor Ted Garcia is the perfect foil for him too. Charming, controlling, and just as morally gray as Joe. Emma Stone is quietly terrifying as Joe's mentally fragile wife, drawn into Austin Butler's unsettling cult leader Vernon. Ari Aster's direction balances pitch black comedy, pandemic-era satire, and full-blown thriller tension with remarkable control. The town of Eddington feels alive, messy, and combustible, and every character, from teens to deputies, adds to the mounting chaos. And the third act just flips the film on its head, taking it from grounded satire to conspiracy thriller that actually somehow works. It's messy, provocative, and unforgettable. Aster has crafted something that you won't stop thinking about for a while after watching. Number 5. Avatar: Fire and Ash. Fire and Ash is one of the most emotional movies in the Avatar trilogy, following the Sully family through grief, loss, and the rising threat of Quaritch teaming up with the psychotic Ash people. Britton Dalton's Loak continues to shine as the emotional center, while Sam Worthington's Jake and Zoe Saldana's Neytiri carry the weight of the family's trauma with gravitas. Una Chaplin is absolutely magnetic as Varong, the ruthless leader of the Ash people, giving the villain surprising depth and personality. Stephen Lang shows up as always, continuing to make the new version of Quaritch one of my favorite villains ever. The action is breathtaking, especially in IMAX 3D, with flight sequences, massive battles, and insanely realistic CGI. Pandora looks more alive than ever. Every color, every texture, it all just pops off the screen. Simon Franglen's score hits dramatically and emotionally without ever stealing the spotlight. The story isn't perfect, and some beats feel familiar, but this is still a thrilling, deeply felt continuation of this saga that makes you glad that Cameron is still on the top of his game. Number 4. Frankenstein. Del Toro's Frankenstein is just stunning to behold. The first act is slow but richly detailed, exploring Oscar Isaac's Victor's upbringing, forbidden love with Elizabeth, played by Mia Goth, and his obsession with playing God. But once the creature comes to life, this film hits its stride. Jacob Elordi gives a performance that's both innocent and terrifying. Isaac balances ambition and warmth with a more abusive side, and Christoph Waltz chews every scene as the unpredictable Herr Harlander. Del Toro's world here is stunning. From Gothic architecture to tactile, painterly sets, and Alexander Desplat's score underscores the dark, emotional beats here. It's tragic, violent, and beautiful, and the payoff is completely worth your patience. Number 3. Marty Supreme. This movie is just incredible. Timothée Chalamet is electric, balancing Marty's arrogance, hyperactivity, and rare vulnerability while dominating both the intense ping-pong scenes and his interactions with Gwyneth Paltrow, Odessa Zion, Tyler the Creator, and Kevin O'Leary. The supporting cast is all equally strong, bringing depth, chemistry, and memorable energy. Josh Safdie's direction keeps the pace frantic and exhilarating, while Darius Khondji's cinematography captures both documentary-style realism and dreamlike compositions. Plus, Daniel Lopatin's synth-heavy score adds hypnotic immersion here. The story occasionally stresses Marty's unlikable traits a little too much, but the film's energy, humor, and emotional highs make it a thrilling, stylish, and unforgettable ride. Number 2. Wake Up Dead Man, A Knives Out Mystery. This movie stars Josh O'Connor in the standout role of his career so far. He's just outstanding, grounding the film with warmth, humor, and emotional weight, perfectly balancing faith and doubt. Josh Brolin's Monsignor Wicks is delightfully menacing, while Daniel Craig's Benoit Blanc steals the scene with his sharp, grounded, and subtly funny mystery solving. The supporting cast, including Glenn Close, Kerry Washington, Jeremy Renner, and Kaylee Spaney, is very strong, adding layers of tension and intrigue. Rian Johnson's script is tight, the gothic cinematography by Steve Yedlin is stunning, and Nathan Johnson's score underlines every dark, suspenseful beat. It's thematically rich, suspenseful, and hopeful. Easily the darkest, most personal, and best film of this trilogy. And now, for my top film of 2025, number 1. Begonia. Begonia stars Jesse Plemons as Teddy and Aidan Delbus as his autistic cousin Dawn, two conspiracy-obsessed outsiders who kidnap Emma Stone's corporate CEO Michelle, convinced that she's an alien threatening Earth. Plemons is terrifying and sympathetic in equal measure, balancing rage, delusion, and fleeting warmth. Emma Stone is exceptional, turning captivity into a tense, darkly funny cat-and-mouse dynamic, while Delbus brings heartbreaking innocence and loyalty to his role. Yorgos Lanthimos crafts razor-sharp satire, black comedy, and gut-churning tension, all captured in stunning VistaVision that makes every frame feel alive. It's dark, hilarious, horrifying, and thoroughly compelling, with a shocking climax that lingers long after the credits. It firmly cemented itself in my brain as my top movie of 2025. Before I wrap it up, here are some honorable mentions: The Naked Gun, Sinners, Roofman, Elio, Predator Badlands, Warfare, K-Pop Demon Hunters. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you next week for my review of Primate, followed by my review of 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple.